Hi there, Cancer, and welcome to Toni's Tarot and Astrology. So we're going to have a look at the star sign Cancer for this new moon that's on the 17th of July. So Cancer, you can also look at your ascendant. If your ascendant is Cancer, it will also be relevant while I'm talking about the sectors. So after I look at the astrology, I'm going to do a tarot spread for Cancer to see what to expect. So Cancer, this new moon is in your star sign. It's at 24 degrees Cancer. So anyone born around those last degrees of Cancer, so I'd say sort of from the 14th up to about the 21st of July, are going to be really affected and really feel the energies of this new moon. So the new moon is opposite Pluto, and with this sitting in your first sector, this is your month to shine. This is the month where things can really come together for Cancer. This is where you can really address what's going on emotionally as well with the moon there. It's also setting up the new cycle for the yearly journey around for Cancer, but also for the next month. So what we have here is, like I said, Pluto is opposite. So Pluto, this is quite a powerful energy. It's sitting in Capricorn at the moment, and it's really the last time here from now till December, where Pluto will be sitting in your seventh sector. It's been sitting in there for a few years, so it's nothing new. But as it moves near the end of your seventh sector, which is your sector of partnerships, this is going to be a time when you get the opportunity to transform, change, or clear anything around relationships or anything that's been going on a long time to do with partners and relationships. It could be relative to business partnership as well as personal relationships. But it is those that you are closely working with and those that you have to be adaptable with, is where Pluto's sitting in that seventh sector. After that, of course, for next year, it's going to be moving into your sixth sector, which is your sector of work. So that's going to be, quite interesting for Cancer. As it moves into your work, it will be completely transforming what you do for your career. But this again is, it takes years as Pluto goes through and does these things slowly. Now, the reason I'm mentioning the Sun, Moon, Pluto, we've got it in a T-square to the nodes, and this is affecting, really strongly the cardinal signs. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They're the strongest part of the chart for initiating change, initiating new energy. So with the node moving out of the fixed signs of Taurus, Scorpio, which has been quite relevant to our assets, our security, and our finances, and also the things we're wanting to really let go of or change, with it being South Node in Scorpio. It's moving into the axis of relationships, of adaptability, and of connections. So we've got Aries here ruled by Mars and Libra here ruled by Venus. So this is a really strong relationship axis. It's where we're needing to be adaptable, but it's also where we're needing to look at our own needs with the North Node in Aries, and balancing them out with the needs of others in Libra, which is our the opposite point relative to our partnerships. So Cancer, the nodes here for you are sitting in the fourth and 10th sector, of course. So that is, really the strong focus is your home environment with that. So, with the North Node sitting in your 10th sector, again, this is going to be a really strong time for your career changes. Now, your career changes could easily come about through connections, through friendships, through bonds that you've created over a long period of time. And the South Node is sitting in your 4th sector. So this is sort of about where you've been. So there is sort of some things from the past for Cancer here coming up to be addressed. I feel there could be old connections coming back. There could be resolve happening here from situations, or it could just be someone you connect up with from the past that is going to draw you into a whole new picture, as it moves into the 10th house for your, again, changing your whole direction of what you're wanting. So again, you're going to have Pluto sitting in that placement as well of work. So again, that's also transforming what you're wanting to do for a career. So what I'm saying here is that you might decide you want to do something completely different to what you've been doing for the last 6, 8, 10, or 20 years or so. So again, this is very, this T-square that's happening here is really strong for these signs, for Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And, these positions sit in very potent places for you, which is relative to your environment, your home, your partnerships, and your direction. So these are the things that you're going to be looking at over this period of time as Pluto node sort of can bring things to a head. The Pluto node square, which is going on till November, so we've got plenty of time to work these things out, but things could come to a head over the next 4 or 5 weeks with this Pluto node. It's also about the changes that are going on for people and the masses, and these signs are very pioneering. They're really good with ideas. They can good at seeing sort of what things could be needed for the future. So, Cancer could be taking on new projects or new things, relevant to the changes that are going on in the world. So let's have a look for Cancer and see what to expect for the next 4 to 5 weeks. You also have this, Mercury and Venus sitting in the second sector, so there will be some focus on property, on your security, on money. And you've got Mars in the third sector, so you could be quite busy also with family and friends, siblings especially, and soul connections again. So, what does the universe want Cancer to know about? Have a look. There's a lot in here about work, but work that you are passionate and excited about. Work that you feel is coming through. It's coming through others. There's an offer here, but there's also about trusting your intuition with this particular cards. Oh, lovely. So we've got the Fool and the Star covering you, Cancer, and a work situation, change, or decision around money and security that is either around you now that you're thinking about, or something you're going to be doing in the near future. So either change of career, which looks like could have already sort of started to happen for you, or reassessing what you can do with assets and how you can change that way. Now, any Cancers that are looking for a relationship, this is a great time because, of course, there's a lot of focus with these nodes sitting in your 4th and 10th, because this is sitting in the place of the home, so the home situation could be changing. You could be moving in with partner if not already. But it's a great time for love. It's a great time for sharing, and it is a great time to be partnering up with the right people for new ideas. And with the Star covering your Cancer, this is about you wanting to do something that's completely different to what you've ever done. There's a whole lot of new energy around you, which I feel is going to be freeing you up. So if we move back here, what we have is the potential for resolve around situations that have not been working, and this looks like it's around family situations here. We've got the Strength, the Judgment, and the 5 of Rods. And the 5 of Rods is a lot about arguments and other people's input. So, this is often relative to family situations. The Strength is very testing on our security, on our belief in ourselves. And Judgment releases all that. So what we have here is a bit of a challenge. Now, it's a bit of a challenge of the ego with the Strength card, about being right, or about, sorting things out. There's a sense of owning up to situations will help to resolve any difficulties, any situations that need clearing. So in other words, around family situations, around situations where things have not been agreeable, this is the time to sort it out. And with Cancer, you've got, like I said, got that last part of Pluto. You've had Pluto in your 7th sector, which I think has really been a challenge for you, especially with relationships, especially with personal relationships. And this could have been really transforming what you want, as it's going to start to move out over the next sort of 4 or 5 months, fully out of Capricorn and start to move into Aquarius, and it gets out of that 7th sector. and leaves that part of your relationship alone for a bit. But what it's done for you is it's really helped you to understand your own needs. And this is, like I said, going to be the issue with the Sun Moon conjunct here at 24 degrees Cancer. So again, around family situations, there will be situations of resolve here if the ego allows it. If the ego doesn't get in and have to be right or have to be indignant about situations. This is about being adaptable as well. And the other thing here around family, some situations are, more sort of saying, again, where you felt like you couldn't fix something or you couldn't resolve something. Again, this is all around family situations and partnerships. Saying here that Spirit's saying, well, actually you can. You think you can't, but with Spirit over this card, and it's very favourable with the Sun, saying there's ancestry around you. People that have passed, they're looking after things. They're helping you to resolve any situations, again, where you felt that this is just going to be too challenging and not wanting to deal with it. And of course, Cancer, is ruled by the moon, and the moon does relate to our past, our home, our ties, and these things are really important to us. It also relates to that feeling of loyalty and commitment to those you love. And, if we feel that this has not been, that we haven't had that, we can feel very hurt by it. But like I said, this is a time of adaptability and being open to how the universe is wanting to resolve any situations here. Like I said, this is a time of change. This is a time of new attitudes. This is a time of not addressing situations, in a robust way where it's, it's black and white. This is more about bringing in the colour, seeing the options, seeing other people's perspectives, and understanding how you can work together with others. So again, for Cancer, this is a really exciting time to get on with your dreams, to get on with your goals. Again, with this Pluto, going on here, and then with Mars going into your new sector, like I said, it's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of new things that you're wanting to do for your career, developing new skills, learning about things that you are, sitting within you that you've always wanted to explore, but you've never either had the time, the patience, or the ability to really get on with it. So what this is saying is that, where things have been a little bit of a struggle, you're moving on to a much more peaceful time. It's a time when you're going to be able to focus on you, and it's a time when you're going to be able to explore so much more of what's inside you. Now, family is going to be really at the forefront again. There's so much here around family and connections, sisterhood connections, brotherhood connections, connections where you feel, again, this loyalty, this those that you fully feel that you can trust. And this is a time where you're going to be doing and organising things around family. And again, what can be done together? What can be done with great adaptability and great foresight together? So Cancers are good organisers. They're one of the initiatory signs. Like I said, the cardinal signs, they get things going. They come up with the ideas. And, it does look like you're going to be working in cooperation with others that I would call your family, your soul family, with new projects, new ideas. So you're being inspired and encouraged to explore new things, Cancer. It does look like this is a fantastic time for change, for the things that you've been really wanting for a while, and anything that's holding you back emotionally. And again, this can connect with partnerships, friendships, and personal relationships and family members. Spirit's saying, we're sorting this out. Don't feel like, again, don't make relationships close to you black and white. There is colour that can come into it. There are solutions here, and Spirit is giving you a hand up, saying, don't worry, we're sorting this out. So even if it's not a really big issue that you're having with others, it's sort of like saying that if others aren't on board with these changes, they will get on board. You're going in the direction that you're meant to be going in, as this is quite a fated time for the star sign Cancer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.